Vlogmas. Hi, my name is Ellen. I am a content creator here on YouTube. I've been posting in a while, and to get back into the groove of things, I am participating in Vlogmas. Vlogmas is a challenge every year where content creators get together and we post a lot of content for the month of December, and we call it Vlogmas. Now, Vlogmas doesn't necessarily have to be all vlogs. It can be story times, it could be day in my life. It could be a weekly thing. It can be all 24 days leading up to Christmas. It could be the last 12 days leading up to Christmas. It can be once a week, twice a week, however you want. But, welcome to Vlogmas. First day of Vlogmas, I told you guys a story about how this fake model agent tried to scam me and it just didn't really go anywhere for him, and I kind of left you guys on a cliffhanger, and I wasn't able to finish that video. So now that the video has been edited and uploaded and everything, I can do a part 2 because there should be like space in my phone for it and everything. So I'm going to film that today. But first order of business really is to clean the house because the house has been neglected. It's been a holiday. I've been having a lot of health issues and everything. And before I can get into like crafting or anything, I really gotta have like a clean slate. It's not like my house is like filthy or anything. I just feel like it's a little out of order and I need to get it back together. So that is what I'm going to be doing today. I have an idea for some new content that I would like to work on in this month. And I've already reached out to a couple of people and they've agreed to work on this project with me. So I would like to interview other alternative goth people, starting with the Black community, and just have these conversations and have these discussions, because I feel like the think pieces on the internet are just so one-sided and one dimensional. And I've just been noticing this trend in the media where whenever like a magazine, a vlog, some type of media company reaches out to Black alternative, Black goth people, women, film presenting people in particular, I be reading those articles and I just feel like they didn't really get to the point of the article. Like literally the only thing that's interesting about the article is the title and whatever picture they use, and that's like it. Like there's nothing. Like they aren't asking real questions, or when people answer questions, I feel like the answers are being cut off. Like it just doesn't get deep, and it's annoying because it's like, wow, we could really work with this topic. We could really do a lot of things. I saw one of my mutuals on TikTok say that a media company reached out to her, and then as soon as she started talking about her experiences dealing with the challenges of being an alternative Black girl and racism and stuff in the alternative space, in the online space, they pretty much lost interest in her and she missed out on the opportunity to like interview with them. And that made me literally disgusted because it reminded me of experiences that I've had like that in the past with media companies that would reach out to me to interview and such. The person in question, she's been dealing with a lot of challenges lately, and I just feel like she didn't deserve to deal with that on top of everything else that she's been dealing with. So I'm hoping to interview her as well and try and get her perspective on things. So my question to you guys is, when I start interviewing these people, aside from me, like I tell you guys my story times, I tell you guys my experiences, I answer a lot of questions about my existence as a Black alternative person. I posted countless videos about my experience as being a freelance goth alternative model, talk about, my experience and how I'm being treated in public and everything to do with that. I feel like you guys know enough about me and my perspective, but I would just like to open things up a little bit and have actual conversation, not just me post a video and you guys comment, but like me prop up my camera on some type of software where I am interviewing a person one-on-one virtually and like asking questions that I feel like would be interesting. So If you had the opportunity to interview or watch an interview of two Black goth girls having a conversation with each other, what are some things that you would like us to talk about? What are some things that you feel like aren't being talked about? What are some articles that you've read about a Black alternative girl or featuring goth people and they just sprinkle in a Black person in there? You feel like, wow, they could have done this, they could have done that, they could have asked this, they could have asked that. Oh wow, we really could have went in this angle, in this direction. We really missed out on the opportunity to, have these conversations and get these perspectives in real time, because like, we should be documenting our thoughts and our opinions about things too, and not just rely on these outside sources to do it for us, because they're never going to have the interest, they're never going to have the range to fully get into it. So I'm not going to say the names of the people that I reach out to. You guys will just see the videos when I post them, because I don't know if those people are going to change their mind when I reach out to them again, or what's going to be going on with that. But I do want to pose this question to you, like, what are some questions that you would like to see me ask these people, and some conversations that you feel like needs to be had but aren't really being had? Because I can only tell you guys so much from my experience, and other people can only tell you so much about their experiences. But there are certain people who don't have YouTube, who are not content creators on YouTube, and they only post on other platforms. So if you are only looking at content on YouTube, you're not seeing the full range that a lot of people have to offer in this space. So comment below any type of questions, any type of thoughts, or anything that you guys may have to add to the conversation, and I'll definitely keep that in mind. I want these interviews to be about an hour, maybe an hour and a half at most. Like, if it gets to 2 hours, I want to be able to trim it to an hour, maybe an hour 45. I don't want them to be 3 to 5 hour segments. If anything, if the interviews do go on longer than that, I would like to maybe do like a series, just to get the full range, because sometimes you can't get everything done in 1 hour, and you still, even though it's extended, you feel like, damn, man, I was really into this. I feel like an hour is too short. When is there going to be a part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, or whatever? So that is something that I would like to propose. That that's a project that I'm interested in, and I'm just working on a lot of the behind the scenes technicalities, making sure the technology works, making sure the app works, making sure that my mic and my lights and everything is working on my end. I'm going to test things out with my partner while he's in one location and I'm in another, just to test like how the connection is looking and everything. I've heard good reviews about some of the software out there, and I have my eye on one in particular that I want to try. So once I get that up and running, I will let you guys know, and it's gonna be a really fun project, and I'm hoping to dive deeper into.